Okay, I think I got the announcements everywhere. I've got links out on the socials, and I'm kind of floating around in the live. So, hello, good morning, good afternoon. I'm not sure what time zone you're in, but either way, having a good time. We got some nice relaxing music. I'm all psyched up after looking through all of the reference books. Okay, we lost the creating a champion in the green screen, and then the art and artifacts, which shows up a little better on the green screen, but it wants to go into the Wind Waker background. That's okay. So if you can't see from all the chaos of Zelda stuff on the desk and the little Korok bouncing in the corner, the Great Eagle Bow definitely won that poll by, I think, the narrowest margin we've seen yet of 2 votes, and shortly trailed after by the Rory Mercury Halberd and the Freerun staff. So lots of things to consider about making them later on, because people clearly want to see them made. But for today, we're in the art book. We're looking at the Great Eagle Bow, and I think the Internet Archive absolutely lets me zoom in on the high resolution scan so that we can kind of figure out what we're looking at here. A little annoying how its zoom works, but that's okay. Alright, that is a lot of chaos going on in and around where the gears and tensioning arms are? I don't think I've ever looked that closely at that one. I always thought the bowstring itself connected in closer to the swallow bow, which I'm usually using in the game. Alright, we're learning things. Great Eagle Bow. Mostly on one plane there, but let's do our little trick and go into the models resource so that we can see if they have something that's a little close to a game rep. Good old Wii U. It'll give us something relatively low poly that we can work with and make much, much fancier. That's a lot of chaos in there. Yep, they're separated into types, and they totally have the Great Eagle Bow, which, that's good news. We could roughly estimate the thickness of different parts, but I'm curious about how the side wings splay out. I'm assuming they do. So, let's go in here. Got that downloaded, and I also, from the way back of being absolutely enthralled by playing Breath of the Wild way back when, screenshotting things from every angle every time we picked up a new weapon. So, let's see if we ever found the Great Eagle Bow. Traveler's Bow. Figuring out different costumes for the Wandering Mercenaries. I didn't get the... Alright. How do you know that I never found the Great Eagle Bow? Oh, Rivali, yeah, that's a good point, because I have a vendetta against him. Alright, well then. If Dear Chat does know that I never picked that up to photograph it, I believe them. I like that I can roughly tell that I ran straight into the castle for this. And now I'm in the forest, so What is this? What was this chaos playthrough? 3 hearts already rocking some really good equipment and just beelining it to go see Oki, I guess. Oh, I went for the Korok mask. Okay, that makes sense. I get it. Shield spears. Creeping on folks to see their equipment. Yeah. Alright. I believe in the all-knowing chat that I totally did not pick up the bow because Rivali reasons. It's okay. He thinks we're a jerk. I know he's a jerk that doesn't believe in me as a person. So, Breath of the Wild. Do I have... No, I have Chaos Sorting Method in here. So, let's just start a new folder for bows. And go with what we got here. See what sort of... no, it's in a DAE. Alright, we're going to Blender. Let's see what Blender tells us. Oh no, I'm stressing this computer out. Goodbye, cube. We'll bring in our DAE. Zelda, Breath of the Wild, bows, that one. We don't really need our animations on here, do we? Well, that's not too bad. So, it doesn't splay out as much as I thought it would. I guess we're okay there. Now, the part of the reason I was hoping that I had reference photos in that was that I would have some sort of scale reference for how long this is. Otherwise, we're going to be roughly eyeballing it. Did I have any photos of the other bow of that variety? Because there's the Great Eagle bow, and then also the Falcon bow, which were roughly the same size. We can kind of eyeball it from there. Here, let's even make it into a little bit bigger so we can see what we got. That looks... Is that travelers? Or soldiers? No. I got a lot of swords and things in here. You can kind of tell how I play Breath of the Wild based on the equipment I'm picking up for the first time. Oh, there's... What bow is on the back? The Lizal bow? Oh. Wands. Swords. You can see the armor that I wanted to work on. I have not yet got into building any soldier armor. We got a bow here. Lionel. That beans. Yeah, alright. I guess we're gonna have to eyeball some equipment lengths. Or, is there a reference from the book that has Rivali? I think there might be. Well, of course it maintains zoom. That's unfortunate. Okay, what page were we on there? We were on 176. There's characters. Okay. Sora's. I wonder if the heroes are in with Cass. Yeah, okay. Rivali, do you have a height listed? The decorative feather. Ooh, ah. Alright. Time to do some kind of sus Googling. Rivali, Breath of the Wild, height. 7'4", okay. Alright, alright. We'll do that. We know he's there. He's probably adjusting his height using that giant plume on his head. Yeah, I know, he's not even using the right bow. But even in the developer's notes, they're like, yeah, we don't know what he's going to be using, but he's going to be using something. Escape. That's where I'm at. I kind of like that design of the grip around there. Okay. We have that. Then we'll just do this so we can get some math. Because we're only interested in that. Okay. We'll say to the base of the foot, top of the plume. And then we'll go in and scale that. What did we say his height was? 7'4", 223 centimeters. 223. Nope, that's width. That's not gonna do us any favors, really. 223. Okay. And then we'll just go and scale proportionally here in percentages, because why not? That's being generous on him there. And we'll get the length through that way. So then we can see 1.9 meters. That's a big bow. Alright. We're playing with that. Okay. So disregard what I already have open in Fusion. It's there. Now, where's my Blender tab? We can even cheat here and give ourselves a little bit of stuff to work with. So we'll do that. And we're here. Breath of the Wild, bows. And we only want that. Okay, so the magic number was 1.9 meters. We'll go with that. Okay. And we'll bring it in meters, because it's probably going to be in that ballpark. And just to set up everything, we'll gauge our height there. Importing it in around 1.7. So it's still a big bow. Let's not go the full Rivali scale, because boy howdy, carrying around a 7-foot long bow would be a little bit of a nightmare. Alright, we have these, we have that, and we were in page 170 roughly? totally past it. There we go. And might as well just use our snip to kind of figure out what our pieces of this thing are. Okay, where are we at? We'll just go absolutely chaos mode and save it as capture because why not? We don't need our sketch because we checked that yes, it is roughly in the right size, which is absolutely excessive, and I agree, Birdman tall. And I believe that is rotated. Okay. Pretty much on the right size there. Just a little bit of a tweak. Good enough. Okay. And because otherwise it'll bother me a little, flip turn that so it lines up. And I think that's good enough to start. Which I learned a lot about Birdmen. Don't know if I wanted to know so much about Birdmen, but here we are. Okay. Looking at how this is made, not too difficult. So that's good news. I think the most difficult part is figuring out which parts are in that golden cap color and which are wooden within the structure. Because we can see that there's some sort of pin through there to support the tensioning gear. And then this arm up at the top seems to be for the stop, or possibly a locking mechanism for those gears. And then our little bandana is just a little bit extra. So I think our easy play here is lean entirely on the symmetry that we have around the midpoint and around the plane of the bow. So we only really need to do one of the difficult hand guards and one of the arms of the bow. So there's just really those two difficult points, which I'm okay with. So, what I think we'll do is this is roughly centered. We'll just start working from the center to get our symmetry and figure that out. So that'll be where the hand grip is. We'll use that for a revolve and then start building from there. I'm not entirely sure if this... Oh, that might not be a revolve. That might just be rounded over because it looks like it's wider than it is thick. That's okay. We'll keep that there and we'll work on those. I think that is what we'll do. And that's not quite our mid plane. So something is offset here, which I'm going to guess would be our ribbon. So yeah, probably. Oh well, we'll do that. And I think just to make things a little easier, we'll also plan to do a insert in this just to reduce weight a little, because this thing is going to be rather chunky and heavy thanks to it being made for a 7-foot tall Birdman. So we'll find our actual midpoint now. We'll do that, make our new midplane, because otherwise we'll just be fighting with the sketches throughout. So just expand it a little, and I think I'm only going to really work on the top half here. But let's see, back to the bow. Clearly rounded, clearly has some sort of grip tape on it. And to match roughly with the texture, or the model here, we'll do that. Technically, I don't need to do both sides there, just because, like we said, we're already going to be mirroring things. That's okay. We'll hide our midplane just for now. Don't really need that. And we'll just work on moving up the mesh and rebuilding. So 15 offset. We'll do that. And have our offset plane and project to a copy of that. Because what I'm going to be doing is making a loft here that adjusts to that. Doesn't seem quite right. Alright. We'll build it up. So we have that. And where's our midline here? Just keep building up the sketch. And we can find a midpoint there. And keep roughly matching our mesh. And we know, there we go, snap, snap. Snap, snap. Do a little bit of curvature with fillet, and again on the reverse face there. We'll finish that, and just so that I'm working with symmetry here, we'll do that and get rid of that one for now. So we'll just create a pile of shame within the removed folder. Everything's good. And we made these for a reason. Loft it down. And we'll call it a new body for now because I'm assuming it's going to be a different color. Which, need to double check. Yeah, it's golden, brass, what have you. Good. 2 parts down. Arguably the easy ones, but that's okay. This shape, what do we got going on here? Looks like I can honestly just extrude down from that angle. So I think we'll go with our midplane. We'll get that line, and I think the way that we'll do this is just do a funny little intersection. So we'll get our arc. That might be too aggressive. better. That almost aligns. And do a fillet to transition them. Good. And same again that we're going here. This one's a little easier. Now, for this, I might even just do this to get the rough shape and then do the cutout after. So we'll hide those, bring all that out, and then to get that intersection shape that I mentioned, do a plane through that top edge, that bottom edge, just so that we have our shape. Can hide that for the moment. Actually, I'm fibbing. No, I need this. We need our positions on the outer limits there. So we have our point out to here, and we have again a point out to there, which we can fillet and clean up later. I said fillet, so I instantly clicked on it, which is just always how it is. I got excited about jumping ahead in the steps, so c'est la vie. Let's meet it there. Yeah, that's working pretty good. And then we're trailing along this way, which overall might be close. That's all we're going for. So we have our intersection tool that we're making. We'll call it that. We'll do that. And like we were expecting, a little extra there. I think that needs to come in closer to the bottom, but for the most part, close. And we can, yeah, there we go. A little bit of adjustment definitely helped there. And rounding it over is going to give us something a little bit nicer. Why is it jumping so much? That is nuts. Instantly jumping to 400? Okay. Thanks, Fusion. You're as helpful as always. Okay. Got our base shape. Then what we can do is start building up this notch cutout and adding the fillets and chamfers that we need to match the shape. So, like so, like so. And once more for good measure. And just using this as a cutout. Appears to go all the way through, which is what we want. And now we can start tweaking the curvature of this section. Might be easier to start at the lower section first. There we go. Get it to a nice sharp point. And then we can do variable up here just to match what we need. Because we're effectively going to try and line it up to that back edge and that front corner. 24, is that too far? That's too far. And then up here, we'll sneak it up to that corner and start adjusting down here again. It's pretty close. I'm liking it. And again, we'll do the variable fillet down here just to match that. But it's being pretty aggressive on that line, so I don't know. Something's funny. 12. Nice. Actually, let's roll it back. See if it can get rid of that little bite there. I think that's good. And this one, I know that they had that there, just a sharp point. What I'm gonna do, get rid of that. Just to round it out a little. It's a bit messy, but we're gonna come in and chamfer it. Because again, it's just points for style, right? That's pretty good. So, gradually working up our shape here. I think we lost part of our shape. How did that happen? Did I get too aggressive with the trim there? Or did I move? Yep. It's definitely with the intersection. So, gotta go back there, edit this guy, and 2 sides. That's better. That's what was making it look silly. We have those. We have our cutout. Let's go and actually make this look somewhat finished. Equal distance, no thank you. Add a little finesse to that. Possibly even some mustard. Yeah, I'm digging it. Oh, cheap viewers on Stream Boo. No thank you. I don't have my stream monitor up down here, so thank you, unauthorized. Oh gosh, that is definitely a comment. Okay. Good. Let's see. Will it let me fill that space in? Hey Jammin', how's it going? Unsurprisingly, as we do, we're working on a whole bunch of funny bird props. just got in from cutting the grass. This is the most Midwestern I think I've ever heard you say anything, Jammin'. Did you have your white New Balances on for the task at hand? No. The only way that you can recover is making sure to have a barbecue at some point later today and clack the tongs extra vigorously to confirm that yes, they do in fact work. Okay, now the curvature in the back of here I think won't be too bad because we're effectively just notching in an arc there and this one we'll do some quick and dirty adjustments. I think that's not too bad. So that gives us one of the limbs in there. And for these pieces, we can just go in after and do a revolve. But for now, the limb here. Let's see. This is a thick bow. Don't think we'll have any problems with hiding any PVC or anything into this thing. Is that a frog with wings? What is this emote? I love it. Hello, Otka. How are you on this fine Sunday morning? Or fine Sunday afternoon? Fine Sunday time zone? I think that works alright. Let's go back to the weird lines that I got. Should I etch those in or do them as decals? I wonder. Can I do that as a thing on the chat? How do I make polls? How do I do that? Alright, I gotta learn how to do this thing. Quick action, make a poll. Look at that, new poll. Gives me a ghost. Okay, I don't know how to do that, so we're not doing that. I'll take the votes in as comments within the stream. Honestly, I should learn how to do these things. Not so good at it. I'm just a wee babby streamer. This is supposed to be. Do they just keep spare lipsticks on their thing? For the bird lips? Because Birdman? And then that one is entirely different. How rude. Making us work harder to make things. what I'll do is just do these rectangular bands here so that we can have some color pop detail. And that'll give us our revolves. Might as well start naming things so that I can actually figure out where we're at some point. Handguard notch, because that's close enough what it is. Handguard intersect. Polls are for affiliates, partners. Oh, so they're saying that I can't be a wee babby. Wow. How dare they just say, I gotta get good. Let's actually go and make all things equal. Play around and get those bands. And this one seems to have some sort of notch through it. Now, we'll revolve around our axis, call it a new thing. And we'll need that sketch back. We'll need those as new things. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. We'll just keep revolving stuff. And keep making it new bodies so that it's easy to render as a nice fancy color at the end. I like that you looked up the how to do a poll and what are the requirements for doing a poll, but didn't answer if you wanted me to do it in as a decal in Inkscape or as a etch into the actual body here. Oh, yeah, good call. No, basically, if you see all the funny white lines that are into the limb of the arm, do it as an etch. Okay, so let's do that once we get through the actual chaos of building these arms for the bow. Okay, I'm just gonna start making some more groups here. What would these even be called? Are we just calling them cylinders? There's a cylinder. Because I wish I knew hunting bow terminology a little better than this, but alas, I do not bow and arrow. Yeah, it's the M&M's tube. I'm pretty sure these ones are primarily for weight and balance, but we got a cylinder. We got those, they're going into the cylinder. Then, I think we just need to work our way from the gear here. The large metal gear. Which... that is interesting that the string just attaches there. So, whatever. that's what we're doing. Metal Gear. And we have parts of the circle showing, so heck it. I'm just gonna go one there, one there-ish. We have one in the center for a pin, which is big. I totally can't see it in the blurry mess, and it appears entirely offset on that drawing, but we'll do our best. Because the sketch from the creating a champion doesn't apparently quite line up with that of the game model. Who'd have thunk it? That's okay. We love Zelda just the same. So much so that Can't We Get Oolong in the chat right now got me to sit down and play some Wind Waker before the stream. Absolutely fantastic time. 10 out of 10. Would go make Grandma very upset again to go kill a bird. Okay, got a gear thing. Got a gear thing. I think that's all that wants to live on this sketch for now. So we'll do that. We're looking at our face here. We'll make a new body. We want our gear. Should probably label the cylinders one, because I know I'm coming back to that. And for this one, we'll drag it all the way out to that face, call it a new body for now, and do this chamfer down. Get out of the way. I see. That's not going to align perfectly on there because it's not. Haha. Well then. The easiest way to fix that is we'll go. I swear I know which one I'm clicking on. I guess I need plane at an angle. Do that, do this, do that, and wildly zoom in on the thing. We'll get that to show us where it's meeting at the thing, and then we're blindly going upwards at roughly a 60-degree angle. And we're extending past because basically just here we're cheating. That goes around that, and then we're left with a nice profile on the gear. And from quick remembering, totally 8 teeth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. We'll do circular pattern, getting that, taking this, and going around there 8 times. Then all these go and become one. So we have our gear in the center here. And we have that, which needs to go out as a pin, which we'll call our new body there. Neat. So, the final guy here on this limb, I think we can totally cheat it again and just do intersections. So, doing a drawing from this front face and then one from the left face here. Oh, hello, Broken Arc. Thanks for the follow and have a little Zelda bounce. Yeah, I think that's all we need to do. Let's try doing those two sketches, see if it gives us what we need, and if it doesn't, we haven't been working too long on this, so we can definitely fiddle around. So, we don't need the gear at this time. We're only talking with the limb over here, so we'll take a projection of that guy so that we can have this, which meets up with it. And then from there, we just need to consider that this central piece tapers into where the gear is housed. And yeah, it's not too bad. There's also a few things that we need to be a little careful with that have the overall capping of the limb here with their gold segments, but it shouldn't be too hard. Now, I think we'll just do this segment as straight stretch and then see if we can get an arc here to get us roughly where we need to be. And we'll just extend this. Oh, too greedy. Much too greedy. So we'll do an arc part of the way. Make sure that we have tangency so it's a smooth transition there. And for this one, I don't think we can quite cheat that smooth transition, but we can get to it with some filleting later on. And will we... Oh, we do get away roughly with a smooth transition. Nothing brings me more joy than when they give us something that actually is aesthetically pleasing. Thanks, mystery model maker in Nintendo from... Oh dear, how old is Breath of the Wild at this point? Who wants to cause some trauma for the gamers that are old? 2017? Is that Breath of the Wild? Yeah, I'm thinking 2017 seems to be about right. Let's see what we get here. They are pretty smooth arcs. I take back almost everything mean I've ever said about Rivali, except that he still doesn't recognize me as the true hero, so he can go do something that I'm not supposed to say on Twitch, so I hope his cylinder gets stuck in an M&M's tube. That one passes the litmus test, doesn't it? I don't know if you're allowed to tell someone that you want their cylinder to get stuck in an M&M's tube. I want his corkscrew to get stuck in an M&M's tube. Bird facts. Why do we have to learn these bird facts? That'll give us a basis, I think. So, it's a little chunky. This nonsense in and amongst the gear here will probably need a bit of work. But I think that's our 90-ish% solution. Now, the question being, do I get a better view going from this angle? It might. Or from looking at it, it might be easier just to break off the side limbs that extend outward to hold the gear. So, we'll definitely have to play. Okay. Less futzing. Actually, just play around with it. Oh, I did a whoopsie. Let's go back. That does not want to be joined right now. We'll do it as a new one for the time being. Okay. Now, we have that, we have this, we rock and roll. After getting a projection of our side, just so we know where we're at. And we'll start doing... that's a roughly straight line. Oh dear. Okay. We'll see how far we can bring that down. Pretty far. Oh boy. It's making me doubt it. At least there's that. It's a nice, smooth transition. Where's the end here? Bring it inward. Yeah. It's gone and borked it. Actually, no. Not borked. We're bork free. But I definitely think I'm gonna have to go and play with how everything meets up in there. A little too fishy. But we've got this, and we've got that. And we have this chaos, which we are just gonna absolutely sweep through and intersect to see what we end up with. Something. Then, knowing that we have this shape here, we can start clearing out the center. That might be too aggressive. So we'll go with that. And And then also bringing these in. It's not pretty yet, but it's getting there. Who are you? What is this? What are you? Alright. Old man screaming at computer. So those are roughly in the right shape. I just need to add a little bit of a draft angle from the arm in here outward, but that's okay. I think what I need to do to better visualize what's going on, I'll just smooth that transition out into where the gear housing is. Let's hide the canvas, just so it's a little bit easier. Now, what is this nonsense even? I'm gonna commit a cardinal sin, just hit delete, whatever. Okay, doesn't want me to delete that, that's okay. Let's see. Yes. This is extra nif-naf and faff. We'll clear that for now. This, you can disappear. Wasn't expecting it to take that with it. Alright. Funny. Okay, what is it even selecting there? We'll smooth that back out. Getting there. Now, this... I think the easiest way... What if we get a little cheeky, do an angle here, and then we know it's there. So if we get that, that. If we go that far, then if we take that shape, which for some reason it's not telling me is closed, that's better. Do a loft. That'll get rid of quite a bit of it. That's getting us into the right ballpark. I think that shape was a little too aggressive though, so... Oh dear. Yeah, definitely thought about that. And just for everyone at home, that's right, I haven't saved anything. This is all just, this is just going. If I do something that the math machine doesn't like, everything's gone. Better. Better. Let's just tidy that. Will it let me? No. Well then. To hell with it. It killed everything. Well, fine. Be that way. Let's then drag this. Now it's being real problematic. Let's get rid of those. And then what I think I'm gonna do, we'll split this face using that. Just so we have another loft feature that we can use to get rid of stuff. Will I go back to that other method that I was thinking might be easier? No. That's quitter's talk. We're not doing that. It's starting to get to where we need it to be, so that's good. It's just a matter of cleaning up some of these shapes in here. What nonsense is that? What nonsense is that? Alright. Sure. That's what you thought I wanted. I disagree. Let's just blend it that way. Hello? Will you let me fillet this in any way, shape, or form? Yep, okay. It's just not animating it well. That's fine. So, I think all I need to do for that fin up here is create a path that goes down to here, and then we can use to sweep that into its shape. And then effectively doing the exact same thing on this side. So, the good news being, I already have a lot of the shapes that we need for creating some planes. Let's do that edge and that edge. Then this edge, and where did one go? It's not giving me one? That's fine. I'll cheat and use that one. Then we need one there. Technically, I guess we don't actually need that. It just will make things a little easier for figuring out the extents of things. Okay, so inward side, we'll do the hard part first. So we have our corner there, we have our edge there. Perfect. So we can see that to this and that to this to give us a sweep. And I guess technically I don't even really need that upper one, but like I said, it gives us something to work with. So I think, excuse me, we'll go offset from the center, do it to this point here. Will it give me that point there? really struggling for the animation there. Not quite far enough. Okay. Well then, we'll do a plane at an angle, and it will work just fine. And we're going to take that point, our top point, top point or top plane? Yeah. Guess technically it doesn't really matter if it's the plane or the object. We'll do that. And create a sweep path along an arc, which we'll just call roughly by the extents there. Good. Do a sweep along our path. The path is tangent to the profile. Yeah. Okay. That looks good. So, we'll do this sketch, edit that, and just give it a little more to carve out in the most chaotic fashion ever. So, sweep, where's me sketch? There's me sketch along that, and we want it parallel, which should get rid of all the extra nonsense in there. And if everything is playing nice, can get rid of what's on the inside there. Good. And then these, they all just chamfer in. So, let's work out this mess in here where the two of them meet, and then from there, I think it's just detailing and a bunch of mirroring before doing this barb and the ribbon around the bottom with the feather and doing the etches. So actually burning through this pretty quick. For this, what I think is the play, we'll smooth some of these features out from our rough estimates from the beginning. I don't know how I feel about that point. For now it can stay. We'll see how it fares later on. This needs to be smoothed out in a transition. Let's go that way. And it's not too bad. Now, will it let me do a variable fillet for this length? Heck yeah. Alright, so we do that much, and down here we'll do a little less so that it meets up. I think what I need though is to add another point in and along the length where we can fiddle. So do a little bit of tweaking and adjustment. Yeah. Let's add one more control right in here so that it's a little smoother and less blobby. It's looking pretty good though. I think I'm gonna want to change that point. So we'll get that roughly, oh geez. Thank you, Tooltip, for being exactly in the way of what I'm looking at. Now! No. And just made it up. Oh, no, it won't let me. Oh. No gigantic loss. That's okay. I think for this, then we just need to get rid of that and do some sort of variable fillet between the two again. Oh dear. Remember how I said I didn't save? I'm gonna save, because some of this stuff is making the computer chug. We're calling this the Great Eagle Bow. Might actually be better to slide this down. Let's see how we fare with that. What is it yelling at me for? Okay. Excuse. Why is it highlighted absolutely everything? That's okay. Do one of those. Had a feeling it wouldn't like that, but it'll give me a segment of it. This might be the crux of the problem right there. Do our variable again. See how far it'll actually let me go with this. Only do a little bit of this here. Let's see. Okay. Let's keep grabbing a little bit more each time and seeing if it will let me blend it. Too much. I think that's a little too nasty. Yeah. let's do something that does not use funny fillets like this. Keep that there. I think what it'll have to be is do something that ends up meeting it at that surface. So if we have that plane, where did it go? Hello? There we go, that's better. Okay. Don't know why it shot me off at that wild angle, but it did. So we have that surface, we have that surface. If we create an arc there, just so that we can get a loft shape going. And use the center line as guide rail. A little smoother. Let's do let's do it as a new body just for now. And then I'm just gonna hide this. And I think there would have been a gap in there. Let's take a look-see. And tell if I'm being a little neurotic about it. Actually, that didn't follow its path at all. Where are we at? We're at loft. We need a rail. Actually, yeah, no, I do need a loft. Do that to this. Nope, not to that. Grab our profiles. And it's looking like there's a little segment in there that's hide note. Now, what I'm curious about, did that actually, yeah, there's a void in there. Good, get rid of that. And then for this, I think I'm just gonna get rid of the transition here. Doesn't want to do it on that side. Let's see if it'll give it to me on this side. Yep. Will it get rid of that? Alright. Well then, let's try going back to here. And instead of doing that one rail, let's try removing that. Will it let me do these two? cleaner connection point. Rails cannot be tangent. Yeah, okay. I had a feeling it would yell at me for that. So, let's just go back to where we were. Because I'm not sure if anything actually crosses that point. Kind of with the golden cover there. So I guess we're going to be playing around with that. And I think our etch dodges. Because it goes along these arms here. Why am I going back to that page? We totally have it over here on our canvas. Yeah. We might actually be lucky that the cover doesn't touch either of those things. So, I think we are in business there. And we just need to actually go back and add whatever draft lines we need to on this one. So, if we do that, for some reason it launches everything into the stratosphere. And we'll just keep adjusting these fins. To get us a little bit more. 87 degrees, what is going on there? Okay, how about instead of just defaulting to 87, you give me the 8 degrees that I'm actually looking for. We cool? We cool. Okay. Closer. That's good. And then I think we're just cleaning up in and around here again. Ooh. Ooh. I can feel the computer struggling. Gonna be honest, this is at the point where it's mostly going by vibes. He'll hydrate. I just had water. Do I need more? Or am I sounding kind of crunchy and dehydrated? Starting to feel right. Okay. We'll start figuring out these gold covers here. Because they might just end up being pieces that are printed separately so that it's not just a, oh geez, how long is this thing? I know it's big. We'll go from tip to tip here. 750 mil almost. So no matter what, that's a 2-part print. Let's think about actually splitting it up based on the art book. I wish I could see what that etch is on there. Like, it looks like I got some sort of trapezoidal connection. Not entirely sure what's going on. If only we had an up-close version that had Rivali holding the thing. Let's see. He's marked as a do-gooder. Everything's facing away. How convenient. Do you have an image gallery that shows his equipment? No. Dang Heroes Wiki. Up close? Not quite. How does this man always stand with everything looking the other way? Dang bird. Ah, there it is. Wait, he's an amiibo. We have the amiibo. Be right back. He's an amiibo. Oh no, the amiibo's super low def on that. But it looks like there's something going on. Dang it, Rivali. You're the worst. But this statue gives me some information there. The information being that no one knows what his bow looks like because he never shows it. Because that's inconsistent with that. This is the worst. Alright. I guess we choose a version. He doesn't even have his own bow here. Man just uses whatever. This is chaos. Okay. What a guy. Alright. Away he goes. So, I'm gonna just keep working off of what we got for this one. So, we got that, and just for the time being, I'm going to extend that out so I have even more view of what I'm working with. And what I think the play is, we'll go with what we have in the art book. Because art book is nice. We like the nice things. So do a little bit of an offset here. Call that and adjust this roughly with our drawing. Sorry for the fire engine in the background if the microphone is picking it up. It's totally not our house. Don't worry about that. And then it looks like we have that for the split of the gold. And then actually we'll keep that. And we'll follow these for some etch lines. And we have up here that'll be one of them. And oh, no, we're on offset there. Let's do the same up here. Might be able to just do it on the two at a time. Just because these are funny shapes. Actually, do it as an offset. Oh, offset, not project. Okay. And do it just as a smaller one there. Okay. Now what the heck is this doing? We'll do something in the way of a trapezoid here. And then make it a cap. Then going with some sort of just eyeballing shapes here, but I think we'll just do some little rectangular cutout there. And it'll give us something to play with. So we got, what do we got? Can split that off, split that off. I think that's everything gold down that way. And down here, we'll just project this, offset it a little that way. And kind of follow what we got going on for this. We'll fix up whatever's going on with that point there after. Alright. Now, chop this thing into pieces. Which part is the easiest to start with? We'll go this. Ooh. back into there. And actually finish what we were drawing there. Good. Now we can split that. And I think that'll be fine. We just need to do some fixing because of those lines that are extending. That's all one piece. This needs that piece. And we got this one, which needs that split off. And down here, that split off. Yeah. Okay. So that's our main bow limb there. These are our fancy gold parts. So since they're capping off the thing, we'll just add a little dimensionality to it. And I guess I don't need that face. Offset them a little so that it looks like there's some extra layered materials on top of everything. I had a feeling that it wouldn't like that. That's okay. We'll remove that. Smooth this out. Okay, sure. What are you going nuts with? Ah, I see. We got some extra gubbins. Because I unfortunately chose a place where a bunch of geometry intersects. That's fine. No. Just this, please. Still being a bit weird. Doesn't want me to grab that. Alright. That's okay. We'll do that. Hopefully, it'll still let me do this. Beautiful. Now, unfortunately, I just have to grab absolutely every gosh darn thing. And once more, because this is all one big face. Cool. So those are offset, gives us a little dimensionality. I guess for completeness sake, since that's a cover technically, we want that. And also on the inside here. Cool. Now, just a whole bunch of splitting of things using our sketch lines. So much of just going through, grabbing a thing, and then going and doing some pipe work. Oh dear. That caught this. Oh, we'll fix it. We have the power of going in and fixing things later. So, I think for these, just a whole bunch of pipes. Pipe. Square, please. Not giant. Just one. And that can disappear. And these can just go all the way through. It's looking good. We want our pipes again. Nope. Helps if I grab the right thing. We don't need that. We do need this. Great. Great, great, great. And then just the lore. Now, this one, not so bad. Just these two. Boop. Just that. And doing the pipes. Oh, geez. How many times is this? 6? Oh, dear. And once more for a split face. For this notch here. Nope, grab only that. I think that's all the detailing that we have on the upper segment. So, technically I can just pop this back in. We'll leave that like that, but nope. I'll actually grab the things that I need. This, cut that, keep that good, and we'll add a little bit of a chamfer on that just to make it look like we're doing something. Now, based on this, it looks like there's a feather detailing in on that. So, we've got one of those, one of those, one of those. I think I just need to figure out what's going on down here. Or if I even need to adjust that. Because we've got a whole bunch of materials that we can start playing with. We want, oh geez, where is it? Coatings. We've got our good gold. Then we have, what colors are these supposed to be? Some sort of black. And those are some sort of silver and some sort of, let's call it an oxide. Aluminum for that. We'll keep the steel for the gear. And we're definitely in some sort of dark gray, leaning towards purple for the arm of the bow. What are we thinking there? Will this let me edit its hue? Yeah. Then we need some red and blue. Yeah. We don't want metal flake. We'll go metallic and blue for these two beads there. And turn them a little more to the teal side of the house. And we need a red for that cap. Then it's a fabric wrap on the handle there, which I guess we can be cheeky and model. We'll come back to that one. But for now, that's quite a lot of the way. Let's do some of the etches in on this guy. And we'll see what we got. So I think I'm going to keep everything within this bound here. Just because I'm sort of drifted from where the canvas is, but that's okay. What we'll do, grab just a segment of this, and yeah, let's just go 8 for now. Some arcs, because I'm basically just aiming for the middle of these lines, and then I'm going to do a thin extrude. I think is the way that we can get this done fairly easily and painlessly. That meets with that. This, we'll say, continues there. Can't actually tell what that's doing. Might just extend into the thing. So, yeah, that's what we're calling it. Just have them extend into there. And just a whole bunch of boxes, which I could do them nice and uniform. I don't think I'm going to. We'll just add to the chaos of this thing. Make it look somewhat like it's hand carved. Should have went the other way around there, but that's okay. And then all of those, I guess we might have to do a split face for these because I don't think I can thin extrude around that. That's okay. Going back to this, that's going to be a little bit more chaotic. Oh, I clicked on it and downloaded again. At least this one, it just looks like I need to draw the outer line and then do an offset inward. So we'll follow along this one. And it might just end up that we're doing a whole bunch more of the pipe design, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But for these, definitely hide all of those so that we're not overrunning anything, and we don't need the handguard. And chain selection here, bring it inward. Yeah, 6 or 7 is good. Just tweak it a little on the fly. Okay. Good? I think we're good. Get out our magical thin extrude, and we'll go 2 sides. We'll go that way. We already know we have that, so let's go 2 millimeters deep. Where is our position? We have 2 sides distance. We want it centered, and we want our wall thickness to be, let's see. I don't think that did exactly what I asked. No. Oop. Let's not undo it entirely because it was mostly correct. Wall thickness. We'll go back again to center, and we'll ask it to do 3 like we wanted. And then, just to see how it feels, we don't want the whole body, we want just the face in here. Might actually want to be a little bit wider. Alright. We'll close that out and then go back to here. Let's say, oh geez, let's go 5. That might be excessive. And just for some flavor, why did you go all the way through? Excuse me. It's interesting. Why did it do that? Apparently I don't know how the two-sided feature works on this one, because that's funny. And let's that seems to be closer to what we were looking for, but it does not. What was it? 26.5. There we go. Let's go back to put those faces white, just so that we can see what we're doing. Good. And before I was sidetracked by seeing that I did the wrong thing, we'll just make that one a little wider, because it seems like the leading edge there is just a little more bold. Cool. Cool. Now, we'll do the exact same thing with the thin extrude. Get those all the way up there. And we're having it two-sided up to there. And we're calling these ones 3. Yeah. That seems alright. And then we'll just paint those in. My posture is killing me, but that's okay. We'll do all of these, grab this nonsense, because I'm fairly certain I'll have to do this as pipe work as opposed to how we were previously just doing thin extrude. Oh, helps if I grab all the faces I need, right? I'll grab that one too, for good measure. Okay. Good. We're good. We no longer need the sketch visible so that it's not getting snagged by me selecting things. And the longest, most zigzaggiest pipe known to man. Now, pipe. We'll do 3 like we've been doing. And square. Good. Good, good, good. It's not running into anything we don't want it to. So we should be fine with this. That's a little sketchy. I'm sure it'll yell at me though. And once more. Yeah, it's totally yelling at me for that part. That's okay. We'll do it in segments. And I'm sure that transition will also yell at me. Oh, joy of joys. Oh, no, it totally didn't do that part. That's okay. We got 95% of the way there. Clear that one out, clear that one out. And I think we were good there. So now it's just a matter of a whole bunch of faces because it's not quite perfect. Oh, it went a little chaotic there. I think I'll need to blend that. Sorry for the flashing screen, it's just how it do sometimes. Gonna have to put up a trigger warning for epilepsy for some of these. Now, what is this noise here? I got a little extra. Just as a little treat. For that, let's just nudge it. And for these, let's see if we can just blend them. No, of course not. Okay, for the render though, we'll just do, no, we'll not do this. We'll grab faces. Actually, remember what we're doing. Okay, that we can come back to later. But overall, boy howdy, does that look like a thing. Then, I think all we really need to work on is that spire, whatever this balancing thing is, and we got to do our little ribbon wrap. This is pretty fun. I'm liking it. Squeeze this one forward a bit. Yeah. I'm digging it. Now, do I have a mid-plane there? I do not. Let's do a mid-plane here just because we know we're going to have to mirror it shortly. So we'll keep one of those quite visible. And last check there, I think. I just need to make sure that this actually works good, because I'm not sure about this corner. It's not doing it for me. It's fairly close to what the game says. And who am I to call out Nintendo? But we'll just play with some things here. Yeah, that's starting to feel closer to what we're looking for. So I have a feeling what it's supposed to be is that we have some sort of cap on the end of a wooden part just here to protect it. So having it rounded over makes a bit of sense. Yeah. Now, do I want to do how we actually build this thing all in one go? I think we'll do the assembly stuff so that we don't have to worry about mirroring it a handful of times. So what we'll do is we have this, we have those, and we have this. I'm not as concerned about all of these golden pieces because they're roughly keyed into one another. And if nothing there is actually working out so good, we can adjust it. But what we'll do, I think, do some chain selections, do 40. I swear I know how to type. No. There we go. We'll just do some quick and easy notched in shapes. so that we can have that there. And I think we'll do the same down here. That we're just gonna hide a bunch of things that can help us slot everything together. So those are good. This we can just have literally extend inward, and that will extend. This probably wants some way of joining in as well. So then the wonders of making interlocking Lego bits effectively, right? Cool. So we have a sketch that figures those. Back, took a little nap after breakfast. Your 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. breakfast. Okay, we don't need the canvas. Interlocking, we'll call that one, and work from the ground up. So we'll just extend this piece like so. We still need our interlocking sketch because we did a whole bunch there. And that's okay because those will talk to that. Then we have our golden section here. Do that. Nope, other way around. Because this connects to that. And I guess I didn't technically need that one because all I'm going to be doing is extend this up that way. And then like so. Then we need that limb. I hope you had a delightful 3 p.m. breakfast. Do that. And then the handguard gets that noise. Then we don't need those. We do need this. And I have messed up at some point because... oh, no. Those are all the cylinders. We're fine. Aha. The cylinder is intact. Do not worry. That's good. What are we doing here? So we have our limb, we have our sketches, which we don't need. What are you, body 33, and where are you? Somewhere. I think that works. So, let's start hiding some of these. We'll do some offsets so that everything can actually be printed and slotted together. Okay. And then we'll hide that one. Same thing here. And I had forgotten entirely why I was looking for this piece. Shasha. Let's continue adding tolerances. So that technically is assemblable. However, I think I'm going to change how these slot in. I don't know. What time are we looking at? Oh, we've been going for 2.5 hours almost. That's okay. I think for sake of the folks at home, I'm going to finish the remaining part, do the wrap of the handle and the bandana type blue thing that's on the bottom. Then we'll call it for there. But for the most part, all these are going really dang well. So I think we'll do, we got our mirror. We'll take one of each of these. And go about that way. And it's going to tell me that, yeah, I overlapped a thing. I kind of know that. That's fine. And then cylinders. We need that one on both sides. Yes, we need that one on both sides. However, we don't need that one. So this can hide, this can hide, this can hide, and that can hide. We're using the power of mirroring, and we have our midplane already mathed out. So we'll do that. And that means all we have left here is to make those visible. This, I guess I could have done this beforehand. That's okay. Didn't mirror that. Alright then. This and that, and this and that, and this and that, and then we've effectively got that as our bow, which is looking pretty cool. We just need one more piece. So we've got our weird little arrow beam here for balance or what have you. I'm not a birdman. I don't know birdman arrows or bows. Whatever's going on here is a mystery to me. But I think what we'll do is use some symmetry that we know of, make a funny little revolve, and then just blend everything in. So we'll go up to there. That didn't quite get me where I needed it. Like so. And we've got two little what's-its, which will also get revolved. And then, yeah, I think that's enough for now to get us to where we need to be. So let's hide a bunch of this stuff. That's our copy there. So we'll revolve this, starting things off to get us some of the things. And then we don't need this. We can do math. 23,379. Dear chat, remember that. 23,379 divided by 2. Because we're working on our radius. I think that lied to me. That's unfortunate. Oh, 27,379. Hahaha. I swear. There we go. That's the math. 369. Damn, she's fine. Is that what we're going for now? And 27.379 divided by 2. And once more. 27. Oh, shit. Cool. And then we'll do these beads as a spinabout. Okay, totally grabbed the wrong thing there. That's alright. I'm not sure what it was yelling at me for. That's okay. Now, this one. This will be a little bit of a conundrum, because what is this shape even trying to be? Sharp. Okay. Well then, if that's the case, what we'll do, split that, do this. No, let's be smart about it. We got our midplane. Oh no, I have not been smart about it. That's real bad. Where are we at? We need this on our midplane. There we go. Now that'll work out properly. And then this is supposed to be sharp, so we'll do that as a new thing. Then we'll do some funny drafting here, so that that will line up with that when we extend things. And then we can intersect that. So, which of you needs to hide? You need to hide. Now, is that the question? Split this with that is probably better for our purposes and porpoises. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll combine it and add a little bit of fillet. No, you don't want that. Okay. Let's drag. That's going to be a pain, isn't it? Oh well. That's unfortunate. Why is that going to fight me tooth and nail? Let's see if it'll let me get rid of it this way. let's try. Oh dear. All I wanted to do was just blend this surface with that one. And now it's being a complete nightmare. Let's leave that for now. Figure out what we're gonna do. I think that one's also our gold oxide color. And then it's got a red stopper there. So we'll split that using this. Going back there. And seeing that I haven't actually finished any of these, just add some fillet and that's all silver and just needs a little bit of a detail line into it, so that's okay. We'll go this way and that way. So we're creating a pipe again. And then it looks like there's some sort of collar on this. So we'll just do a revolve around it. That rolls around this. Makes a new thing. I did it again, didn't I? Aha. So this why won't you let me change the sketch plane? Well, at least it wasn't a difficult one to do. So we'll just do it right on the plane. Like so. Grab that and this. Do our collar. And now, in theory, there we go. It's actually going where it's supposed to. And yeah, I'm gonna have to do this with a split face and a pipe. And this limb can disappear for the time being. And we need a pipe. And continue that one, because it left us a little extra treat. We'll do that, and this is a body here. And then we need to mirror this and that across our midplane. And that should be the majority of things there. Now, throw these and those into the cylinder pile, just so that I know where they're at. This, I'm gonna do a little work on, just so that it can play a bit nicer. Now, it's just that tie wrap there, and then the wrap for the handle. So, I think what we'll do, get a little cheeky. We'll hide these, hide those, and on our mid plane, we will create a rectangle that follows this so that we can start making our wrap. So we'll do one like that, and then taper that so that basically we have a nice overlap thing there. Now, how to make the spiral? That's the easiest way, isn't it? So, hello? Doesn't want to give me a face selection? Sure. Ever strange. Let's think about that. Actually, I know the silly way to do this. What we'll do, go into our midplane again. We'll grab that point, and then how can I do that in here? Okay. Actually, this is just going to be silly. Do not worry. Now, what we do, I guess I'm going to want to split my faces here. Yeah. That's the easiest way. So, if we go this way, but taking all those, oh, I have it as a continuous thing. Oh, that's okay. I'll do the same on the other side, I guess. But. Grab all those. I need to make a continuous coil. So. I think I need to redo that. So what we'll do is we'll create these can be separate. Create a pattern, rectangular. Actually, yeah, that's fine. We'll go rectangular pattern this way, going up. And we'll call 5 wraps, not 55. And then we'll do the same but the opposite way. But we want 4. Yes, that math checks out. And then to simplify the number of things that I'm doing, don't mind these snakes. This one goes that way, that one goes that way. This one goes this way. This one goes this way, that one goes that way. Yes. Think that'll work. And then basically on this side I take that zigzag. Then this side I got you and you and you. And we have beans. Is that right? Yes. I just didn't connect all my pieces. And I'm still missing this one, but that's okay. Now, that's not the tidiest, but it will do what we need it to. Because that can then go this way. This can meet that as awkwardly as it is. Excuse me, sir. What are you even doing? I can tell that my mouse is slowly losing battery power. And we'll do that. Just joining these as the most janky spiral known to man. But that's okay. I'm just playing. So, this, let's create the path for this sweep first. So, you, we go that way, then this way, and we're going a chain selection, so in theory, it'll let me just keep winding my way around. Isn't it just the worst when you're all the way through like a multi-step thing, and then you realize, oh, there was a way quicker way of doing this. It would also make everything neater, so I'm undoing this. Okay, we don't need all those. That's all nonsense. We can do this all in one sketch, that's fine. What we'll do, we have a thing in the middle. We got a random arm there. That becomes nonsensical. We're in the surface menu. We are then... I do need one more line. Or do I? We need this in... Yeah, we do need one line. Spider-Man. What do you mean, Spider-Man? You want pictures of Spider-Man? Okay. We don't want the chain. We want this. We want this. That's a sweep. That's great. What we need is our twist angle. We want it to go, let's call it 540. Let's call it 360 times, how many spinneroonies are we doing? 6? 5? 6. 5 looks good. We'll do that. And then this, and that follow being split by this. No! Why don't you like it? No intersection. What do you mean? Oh, ha. This isn't a thing. There we go. Now it'll work. Let's do... Really? Maybe I'm just being too greedy with this plan of splitting with a spiral. Split with surface, yeah. It's a surface. You bitch. Let's try doing a different thing then. Let's try sweeping that original thing with... Oh. Alternate idea. We'll do that. We'll go this. We'll split this face with these. So that we're basically making the spiral path here. Nope, not that. Give me this. Gimme. This is being a nightmare. Alright, we'll go back and lower this so that it's only within the bounds that we're playing. And then try... Oh, actually, I wonder, can I split that with this? Oh, I just want the one, actually. Why are you giving me both? There we go. That's the ticket. Okay, so this can hide. Actually, that's probably easier to use. But this can go into the removed bin. And then this grip can go there. Now the only problem being is that this doesn't quite align with the end. But we'll see if it works. We'll grab all these outer path segments. Don't need this one, don't need that one. Oh, you're gonna be rude. Okay. It's gonna be funny. Well, let's go back to the mid-plane there. Do that. Do a rectangle. And see if it'll let me sweep that along the thing. Considering it's touching, yeah, that's playing a bit nicer. But then it falls off. That is ever strange. I guess it's forgetting what perpendicular is. Because the angle is just twisting? Well then, there goes that funny plan of action. How do I play with that then? Might be something I have to ponder after the stream. Oh well. The thought was there, it's just the matter of it not following perpendicular versus parallel. I don't know why it wasn't following that math. Well then. I guess, in the end, can always resort to do that, do this. Oh, it's chugging through math. Oh dear. I believe. Please. Couldn't do it. Well, alright. Let's try it with the other one. Because maybe the interior is what's messing with it. And having an exterior one will work out in our favor. Nope. That one did the math quicker and it just said, Alternatively, we say pipe. What we do then is we hide this, we grab that. Do you know how to square pipe? You know how to circle pipe, that's good. We'll do just a solo one there. And I don't know why it grabbed the internal rail, but it definitely did. Chain selection. My mortal enemy. We'll turn off some segments there. And do that as a new thing. So we have a body there as a cutting tool. And we'll do that. We have our grip. We have a grip. And we have a grip. And we'll keep those somewhere. And I think this was red. That can be red for now. Don't need those. Do need that. And our ribbon. So this one, I think we can do it pretty easy here with what we'll do, offset from this to about the point where it ties off. And we'll do that just so that we can see what we're working with. And again. And we got a lot of stuff going on there. Okay, so we need this line that will project So we're a little proud there. We're a little proud of that. And that'll give us a midline, which we can call there. Make a rectangle of varieties. Almost extends out enough. Drag it out that way. Wrap that in a little closer. And same there. And we'll see with the drawing in our canvas, call it about that thick. So 1 inch. So that is 1.5 inch wrap. New. Good. We'll almost make it look fancy. Cut a little notch in for the tie. Split these. Pop this in just a little bit. I think that's encroaching a little, yeah. And then because we're working with fabric, it's going to want a little bit of a smoother transition. Come on, grab the what's-its. Something that looks like fabric. Hey, look, fabric. Generic, my favorite. What color is it? That's right, red. Come on, let me make it blue. Blue, 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 blue. Neat. And then once more onto the breech. We need our midplane. We need a sketch on our midplane. We'll do a ribbon type thing. And create an arc. And this is all purely extra just for the sake of playing around with the rendering at the end. When it comes to real life, just please use a real piece of ribbon. Do not 3D print this bullshit. Okay, we got stuff. We'll go. It's some pretty thick cloth there. New body. Great. And we need that sketch back. This, and we'll go this way, a handful. I guess I did need that one. Come back. What is that? That's that one. Neat. And that's combined. So what we'll do, grab a bunch of this, round it out, Come on. Okay, sure. Why doesn't it like... Sure. We got a range of values that it's okay with. Don't need these sketches. We just need one more. Come on. Scroll wheel. Don't give up on me now. I know the battery's running out, but do not. And... fun. Okay, that's good enough for me. Shasha. We got that. We have a pile of sketches that we don't need to see right now. And technically we don't need to see the canvas, because that there is our Great Eagle bow. And for sake of a render, my favorite thing that I've been noticing through this is the artwork here has it with the ribbon on the upward angle. He doesn't have a ribbon there, but he does have that. It almost looks like the art book itself has the thing upside down, because it has the sharp balance edge on the upward side, ribbon and sharp on that side, art book upside down. Did we find an inconsistency in canon stuff from Zelda by accident? Because, yeah, he's holding it spike upward there. Upward there. Plushy version, no bow. I should not look at plushes on stream. We could get into some weird ass territory. But yeah, it's looking like the art book just has it upside down. That's fun. I like that. Alright. If we do this is our top. Set view as top. Then if we go this way, we have something that can render pretty well. So we have a thing. It looks neat. Sharp highlights, good. If we rotate it, we'll center on there, zoom way the bejesus in, and we're on local. Let's see how that goes. Ugh. Did I zoom way too far in? We'll find out. Oh, I almost bullseyed it perfectly. We'll do one from this angle and go into there. Do another local render, throw it into the queue, and listen to the computer scream. So look at that. Pretty good. I don't know if that's the best render out there. We'll just have to play with some of the position settings on this thing. Womp. Yeah, that's looking alright. Get a little sparkle on those fins. And see how the position is on that one. Way the bejesus out. Let's zoom in. It's not bad for an option, but we'll keep it for later. This one I think is the winner for the stream, because it catches the gears and everything. We don't have a bowstring, but that's okay with me. Good. I'm liking it. We'll do one in canvas so that everything here is visible. In canvas, run it to excellent. Having two going at the same time, I'm sure, is absolutely the favorite thing of the computer. Run it to final. And it's struggling, but it looks like it got there. And we'll capture it as we do and save it in Breath of the Wild. Cool. I think that's the stream. Went a little longer than usual, but that's okay, because Sunday, vacation day, we're having fun. I think next week I've figured out the theme for the most part being things that are for digital creatures, not necessarily Pokemon. The idea there being it's either Pokedex, Digivice, Meta Watch, and the controller from Mega Man Battle Network, which you plug the chips into, which I don't remember what the heck it's called. But either way, I think it's time to watch Mega Man some more. So, yeah. Spoilers for next week if you're wanting to jump in. I'm going to do one of those 4 things. As always, we'll throw it to a vote, have some good times, and yeah, thanks for hanging out. I love you all. Good night.